Hey, what's up guys, I'm Zebulus and welcome to this build video for the MagSorc. So, I know I've been putting quite a lot of build videos on my channel recently. I'm just feeling really creative and enjoying theory crafting a lot these days. Anyways, more videos, more fun. So, um, this build, as you just witnessed, has an absurd burst. It hits harder than any combo I've ever seen, quite frankly, and it's a ton of fun with all the sustain and tankiness that you'd want out of a MagSorc. So definitely my best build ever, I think. So um, let's just get right into it. Here I am on the PTS for the Stonethorn patch because this is a Stonethorn build. Although could work in the current patch, it just wouldn't be as good. But anyway, let's just get into the skills first. Actually, let's do the stats first, I think it's better. We got all of our points into Magicka, so 64 there. As you can see, Max Magicka is pretty low on the front bar, but it gets better on the back bar, as you'll see later. Magicka recovery really nice, especially when you see what other forms of sustain we got. The stamina regen 800, it buffs up to about close to 1k I think, so it's actually really good, especially with our race since we're a high elf. Max health is actually pretty decent in PvP, you get 5k buff. Max stamina is really nice, 15k. Spell damage is about I think 2.7k when it's fully buffed, when your combo hits people, so it's actually pretty good. The crit doesn't matter actually, because we're running pay to win ring. The resistances, I can try to buff them up right now for you. So there's the resistances. And the crit resist is 2.2k, so yeah. We are using the Atronach Mundus because this is getting a huge buff. As you can see, I'm just running a couple divines and I got a 422 extra recovery thanks to this boon. So really worth running in the next patch. And then we got, that's the food I'm using, Try Food, but we'll get into that later. Now, because of our combo, we have a pretty weird skill structure that you probably would never run on a MagSorc otherwise. As you can see, we have Boundless Storm on the front bar, fucking Dark Conversion. Degeneration, I just wouldn't run it on the front bar personally, but yeah, on this build that's a thing, so let's just get into the skills. As you just saw, we are running Streak. This is going to be your CC and mobility. Really good. It goes through block, through dodge, through everything. If you can just aim it right, it will hit them and stun them every time, so amazing skill. Then we have Force Pulse here. I suggest not going for the other moth that interrupts and stuns the casting targets, because you kind of want your streak to stun people at the right time, at the exact right time when your burst is gonna hit them and one-shot them. Yeah, so in the end I really suggest going with Force Pulse in this build. Then we have Boundless Storm on the front bar, because you won't be spending a lot of time on this bar, you will be spending most of your time on your back bar, so that's why we have those buff skills on there. This is your resistance buff and a speed buff, so yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty mandatory on Sorc these days, I feel like, since shields got nerfed. But it works just fine with it. So yeah, Dark Conversion, pretty mandatory skill as well. On a MagSorc, gonna help you sustain a lot. And then we have Degeneration. So you don't want to use Crit Surge on this because we can't crit, so that's pretty useless. You can just cast Degeneration. Even if they dodge it, you will still get the major sorcery buff, so don't bother recasting it. But anyway, it's a nice extra dot, so yeah, and it's pretty cheap, so actually good skill. Then we got Power Overload, just it will, make your light attacks hit very hard, which will really add up in the combo. You will understand it when I explain it later, so yeah. On the back bar, this is where most of the fight you're gonna be. This is where you just stay a lot and cast those skills. So we have Dampen Magic as your shield. We have, the basic shields. We have Hardened Ward from the Sorc skill line. and Dampen Magic. I guess you could go for the other morph. I don't really know. I think Dampen Magic is a little bit more worth it these days after the shield nerfs. But yeah, it's up to you, I guess. We got Rapid Regen for your heal because we're running a Resto staff on this for the light attacks, the easy light attacks. So yeah, that's gonna be your heal. Then we have Bound Aegis. As I said, your Magicka gets a little bit better on the back bar thanks to this skill. We get about 38k, almost 39k max Magicka, which will increase the size of your shields and make them decent to increase your survivability. So yeah, pretty good skill. I really recommend running this on your back bar to get decent shields. Then as I said, you have the, pretty generic shield setup on Sorc. And you have Haunting Curse that will fit into your burst later, I will explain. So then we have Life Giver ult. I'm pretty undecided on this yet because I've been dying through it a lot, so I kinda hate this ult. It's either like not going off at the right time or has a delay or I just get bursted through it, so I might fool around with Greater Storm Atronach a little bit more. I think it's a little bit better for 1vx, but pretty undecided on this yet, so you can try both and see what suits your playstyle better. Anyway, let's get into the sets. This is where you might understand the build a little bit better. So we got Kajalnar. This is gonna be a proc set that's gonna fit into your one-shot combo. Huge damage on this. You can build it up very easily on the back bar thanks to our Resto Staff light attacks. So yeah, I'm running one heavy head Divines with Magicka Enchant and a medium shoulders Divines with Magicka Enchant. Everything, all of my armor is Magicka Enchanted, and I'm running 4 Divines as well as 3 well-fitted. Those are the traits and the enchants. So our second set is going to be Seducer for sustain. That is 4 pieces on the front bar to still get the Magicka recovery that you get on the 4 piece. So that's a light chest well-fitted with Magicka Enchant. We got light gloves well-fitted with Magicka Enchant, and light boots with well-fitted and Magicka Enchant. We also have a ring, arcane, and reduce cost of spells for your sustain. And we got 6 pieces of it on the back bar, even though the 6 piece is wasted just because we can get the recovery that carries on the front bar. So that's really good. So we got a Resto Staff infused with Magicka Steel on there. That's really good because you're gonna be spending most of your time on your back bar and light attacking to build your stacks. This infused and Magicka Steel is actually a lot of sustain for the fight. So really good. I really recommend going with this. Your sustain is just gonna be amazing. And yeah, we got our expensive skills on the back bar, so the 10% cost reduction on this is really nice. And you don't really need it on your front bar. So on the front bar we got your Calurion set. I'm running a Flame Staff on this with Sharpened. People tend to not understand how good Sharpened is. It's literally mathematically the best damage trait. Like, you shouldn't go for Nern. If you want damage, just go for Sharpened. It's literally the best damage trait. It's mathematically better, so yeah. Just go with that. It will scale with your procs as well, so it's just the best trait for this. And we are running a spell damage glyph on there because this will proc right when we're landing the combo, giving us a nice extra boost of spell damage. So yeah, it just all works really well together. So I'm then running a necklace of that set, Arcane with Magicka recovery, a Divine Waist with Max Magicka, and legs Divines with Max Magicka. As our 4th set, we are running the One Piece mythic item Malakath's Band of Brutality. The trait on this is Arcane with a Stamina Regen. So for your jewelry we have 3 Arcane, 1 cost reduction, 1 stamina recovery and 1 magicka recovery to give you nice stamina sustain, magicka sustain, and yeah. You can dodge a lot and dark deal a lot thanks to this glyph and your high health race, and that's a nice way to get into our pots. So we are using tripods. We have a nice burst of health, magicka, and stamina thanks to this pot, and the extra stamina there is just, you know, really adding up with all of your already existing stamina sustain, so you can just dodge a lot, which is what I do. I like to dodge before I land my combo because people think I'm playing defensive when dodging, so they don't expect a huge combo to hit them right after I dodge, so it's really good. The food, as I said before, is try food. You can go for the gold version of this to get the extra max, what is it, the health recovery. This would actually be really good for, you know, increasing your survivability. I just don't have it on PTS right now, but yeah. There you go. So, I think I've explained pretty much everything. I'm gonna go into the CP and then I will explain the combo. So, this CP is pretty min-maxed, like pretty damn min-maxed. I suggest you just copy it. It's really, really, really good. So, there you go. And that's gonna be it for the CP, guys. So now let's just explain the combo. So you want to cast a Dark Deal before the fight even starts, so you get the extra magicka regen over 20 seconds. So you just cast that, if my game wants to, of course. What's going on? Okay, this is a little bit unexpected. So anyway, I just had a little bit of a disconnect problem because this game is fucking trash, but whatever, we're back, guys. So let's just get into the combo explanation. So this is pretty complicated, but I promise you it's worth it. You should just play with this a lot and get used to it, but yeah, whatever. So before the fight even starts, you want to cast your Dark Conversion for the extra magicka regen over 20 seconds. It's a nice buff to have, and then you want to cast your resistance buff, and then what you do is a quick light attack, degen, and bar swap real quick to cancel that, so that you don't proc your Calorion basically. So here's how that works. You just cancel the animation with a bar swap real quick, and that way your Calorion doesn't proc and you save it for when you want to hit the big dig combo basically. So after you do that, you're on your back bar and you want to build another stack, so you light attack this, light attack shield. You're still at 1 stack because the light attacks were not, there wasn't enough space between the 2 light attacks because there's a 1 second cooldown on Kajalnar. So what you do is attack degen, bar swap, attack shield. You shouldn't have a second stack there if you do this fast. Then light attack, hardened ward as your, I mean dampen magic as your second shield. So that way you have your 2 shields active. And at this point you should have 2 stacks. What you then do is a light attack haunting curse bar swap. That way you get a 3rd stack and a curse that's about to go off. Then on your front bar you're gonna do a light attack overload, light attack streak, light attack force pulse. So here's how it looks. We cast Dark Deal, buff up, do the light attack, do that, cast our curse, bar swap, light attack overload, light attack streak, light attack force pulse. And everything hits pretty much in the same game tick, and people just get one-shotted by this. It's pretty fucking insane. So yeah, just explaining it real quick once again. You want to cast your buffs, light attack degen bar swap, light attack hardened ward, then you're at 1 stack still, because the light attacks were not spaced enough. And then you light attack dampen, you're then at 2 stacks. Light attack haunting curse bar swap, you're at 3 stacks. throw a front bar light attack to proc your Calarion, which will go off after 1 second delay. And after that front bar light attack you want to cast your Overload, and then it's just a light attack streak, light attack force pulse. And just your whole shit will hit them. They will get fucking destroyed by this if you manage to land the combo and time everything right. Just gonna show it once more for fun. So you do that, your shields, you got a 2 stacks, then you got your 4th stack on the front bar, 5th stack with the Overload, and then Overload Crushing Shock. And you can do it again to do some more damage if they didn't get killed by this enormous burst already. So yeah, that's how it works. It's really good because of the Calarion changes, which make it so it doesn't proc on a crit. And yeah, everything just hit at the same time. It's really, 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 really good. Like, my best combo ever. So, I think I've covered everything, guys. I'm going to wrap this up and say good luck with the build. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.